You are about to enter the court of Judge. People are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final. This is Judge.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to everybody's favorite TV show. This is season 2 of Judge. The cases are real. The people are real. There's a lot on the line today, ladies and gentlemen, because we have a doozy of an episode for you. Mr. Wise Wizard has decided to sue Stonefree for reasons that are unbelievable. Mr. Wise Wizard, would you like to state who you are and what you hope to accomplish today?
Yes, hello. So my name is Wise Wizard JPP. I'm going to be arguing in favor of Diddy Kong Racing that it is the better game. Game series than Mario Kart today. Bit of a hot take, but I think by the end of this debate, you will realize that it's pretty much just the objective truth. So.
Damn, that's a hot take from Wise Wizard suing Mrs. Stonefree for thinking that Diddy Kong Racing is the better racing game. Stonefree, why are you here and what do you hope to accomplish today?
I want to prove to everyone that Diddy Kong Racing is overrated and everything else that is wrong with it and how flawed it is as a game and how it's one of Rareware's most mid games.
All right. Damn, so we already have somebody in the jury yelling Crash Team Racing's better. Holy shit, man. It should have been a three-way debate. Crash Team versus Diddy Kong versus Mario Kart. Not gonna lie, I have a sneaking suspicion that Crash would have gotten destroyed. But, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we're gonna let...
I think we agreed that Stone was going first. We're
going to
discussing
let
this
the
before.
defendant go first.
Yes,
Stonefree, tell us why you think Mario Kart's the better game.
Well, Mario Kart's, for one, what I've noticed is that it has a more interactive community. You never see people talk about Diddy Kong Racing unless it's about retro stuff. But you see Mario Kart everywhere. Not even for like casual gamers. You see him talk about Mario Kart. Most of them not even heard of Diddy Kong Racing. Like, it's not that popular. I can see why. It's not your traditional kart game. But even then, it beats Diddy Kong Racing out. It doesn't matter if it had exposure or not. It's simpler. It's more easier to grasp for more casual players to just get back on. And when I see Diddy Kong Racing, and I look at the controls and the bosses in it, I think, man, I'm raging at this. This is hard. Why is this so hard? Aren't racing games supposed to be at least a tiny bit easy? Well, I think they should be. They shouldn't be this, infuriating or difficult, especially those keys. Those keys in the hidden levels. Those are cool, but how in the hell am I supposed to know they're there? And if I want to unlock a course in Mario Kart, I just gotta beat the race. I don't have to do anything stupid. It's way simpler and easier. And the music's better too. Don't get me wrong. Diddy Kong Racing has a good soundtrack, but it's not that good compared to the Mario series as a whole, So, that's pretty much it.
Wow, all right, so we're attacking the music, ladies and gentlemen. Wise Wizard, what do you have to say in response to this?
All right, so look, I completely get why some people like Mario Kart. It is a casual, fun game. It's very fun, for casual play. But at the end of the day, we're not talking about which game is more casual, what game's more easy to pick up and play. We're talking about which game is actually better. And I think it's pretty obvious that when you compare the games side by side, especially comparing the most pretty direct, direct comparison, which is Mario Kart 64, Diddy Kong it is a better designed game. It's more innovative. It completely revolutionized this whole genre, basically. Like, it's doing stuff that games before it never did. never did introduce the adventure mode. And, Stone was talking about boss battles. I mean, the boss battles are one of the best parts of Diddy Kong Racing. They actually add something interesting. It's not just the same, racing the same people on the same few tracks over and over and over again. It's actually lots of different things to do. You can keep replaying it. It's got a lot of replayability. And I think the best, I think the really what makes it shine better than the Mario Kart series, it's not just about random bullshit luck. I think we all agree that having a game that you can actually play, you can master, you can actually get good at and win through skill, it's always better than you're playing Mario Kart, yeah, it's fun until you get fucking hit by 3 red shells in a row, or until you're just about to win and you get fucking blue shelled at the last second. Everyone knows that's bullshit, and I'm sorry. No one, I don't care how many times you lost to Wizpig. It is not as annoying as fucking getting blue shelled in the last second. And like you were in first place, and suddenly you're in 12th place. All your friends beat you, and you were actually outplaying them the entire game, and you just get wrecked. So yeah, pretty much. I think big argument towards Mario Kart is it's a bigger franchise, it's sold more games, but just because it's bigger and sold more games doesn't make it better. If Rare hadn't been bought by Microsoft, they actually had more games planned in the series, and they would probably have been even bigger than the Mario Kart genre. If we're just talking about which game is bigger and more popular, well, I guess Call of Duty is the best shooting game. I guess FIFA is the best sports game in the world. Doesn't make sense, right? We all know these games aren't that good. These aren't the best of their genre just because they sold the most. So I think that it's pretty obvious that actually, when you look at the facts, who cares about popularity? Let's actually delve down into the actual mechanics and innovation of the game. What's more fun to play? What doesn't rely on bullshit luck? What can actually be like speedrun? It's Diddy Kong Racing, and the soundtrack is a banger. I'm sorry, if you put the 64 soundtrack or any of the Mario Kart game soundtracks alongside Diddy Kong Racing soundtrack, it gets blown up the water. Diddy Kong Racing soundtrack is a freaking masterpiece, and I'm pretty sure everyone agrees that. There's plenty of songs even ManBurning's got in his, on his playlist, that Diddy Kong soundtrack. So it's just a masterpiece, and it goes down in history. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's pretty objectively, when we actually get into the facts of it, Diddy Kong Racing wins.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, both sides have given their introductions on what they hope to accomplish here. Stone, do you have any rebuttals to anything that Wise Wizard said?
Do you take any prescribed medications?
Well, first off, I wasn't referring to it's better because it's popular. I'm just saying that, it's easier to pick up on because it just, it's better that way. I think it's better that way instead of doing bullshit where that's in Diddy Kong Racing. There are so many just like when you like the driving, the hidden secrets and unlocking all the 2 other characters. Those are annoying. You don't need to do a bunch of this. You got to do this, and then you gotta do every time trial to unlock this overpowered character, which makes sense. But overpowered characters in Mario Kart are not that overpowered. But TT, geez, they really made him pretty bad because he's that overpowered. And then you got a chicken. You wouldn't even notice. You would not even notice in a million years unless you carefully look at the frog, and then it's there. There are just flaws with it. There's so many flaws that Mario Kart doesn't have. Sure, Mario Kart might just have, some, yeah, it's more simpler. It doesn't do different things, but it's not stupid. At least, the blue shell, it is stupid, right? But that's it. That's the only thing you can say. But there's more stupidity in Diddy Kong Racing. There's way more. The AI, and the rubber band AI is pretty bad compared to Mario Kart. I can name off a lot of flaws right now, and it's not just about how popular or if the game continue. If the game continued, I think it would be a little bit better, but it would gradually pick up on its mistakes, but not as much as Mario Kart did. So That's pretty much it. I just think it's just a bit stupid. That's all.
All right, that's what it is, guys. The facts of the day is it's stupid. Wise Wizard, is it stupid?
Yeah, I mean, look, just because a game is easy to pick up, I mean, that doesn't make it good, right? At the end of the day, it makes it a good game for casual players. But a lot of the things that you're saying are annoying and difficult are some of the charms of Diddy Kong Racing. Like, yeah, oh, you wouldn't notice that the how to unlock the bird drumstick. Well, that's one of the fun things. When you're a kid, you're just playing it and you see this weird looking frog and you run it over. You're like, what? What the heck is this? You run it over and suddenly you got a new character. It's like, wow, just got surprised out of nowhere. That's the thing. And yeah, TT overpowered, but who cares, man? The game was mostly designed to be played as like a kind of single player experience, but you can play it co-op with a friend. But like that's not really a big deal. Like at the end of the day, you actually have to work really hard to unlock that character, and that again, that is not a weakness of the game. That is a strength of the game. So, and yeah, you're saying, oh, it's weird, it's complex, but again, strength of the game is three different types of vehicles. I mean, you keep and like you could use them on different, you can use different vehicles on the same maps to keep them interesting, not the same thing over and over and over and over again. You're saying that the AI is not good? I would beg to differ. The AI is significantly better in Diddy Kong Racing than its probably, direct competitor 64. Sure, the newer games might have better AI, but that's because they've had decades to work on them. If you had a modern Diddy Kong Racing game made now, it would blow Mario Kart out of the water because it would be interesting. Everyone is begging for it. I mean, yeah, I mean, like, I think it goes without saying that. I mean, pretty much all the things that you're trying to say are bad parts about the game. They're actually the good parts of the game. You pretty much can't find a bad thing about Diddy Kong. You're like listing the good things as bad things. There isn't any bad things. There might be like a couple of little niggly things here and there, but it's an old game. It is pretty great on the whole. It's just got so much replayability. And it's just so far ahead of its time. In fact, I would actually argue that a lot of the modern Mario Kart games are actually borrowing mechanics from Diddy Kong Racing. That's how innovative it was at the time. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say really. I feel like you kind of lost because you're listing off the good things about the game, trying to pretend that they're bad, but everyone knows that they're not bad. They're the things that make the game good.
We have a random comment from the jury that says, working hard is work, not play. I think this might be directed at you, Wizard. Do you have anything to say about that? I think they're trying to get at, like, trying to work hard to unlock stuff is a little bit of is not enjoying yourself. It's tedious.
Well, I don't think you really have to work that hard. It's an old game. If you know how to unlock the things, it's pretty easy to unlock them, really. You just have to play the game. I'd say pretty much like there's millions of other games people love, we have to work way harder to unlock stuff. I think it's actually the perfect balance of, like, yes, you have to do a little bit of work, but it's not impossible. It's not too difficult. Anyone can pretty much do it. Even ManBurning was able to, get through most of the game, and, he's just a very casual player. So, yeah.
Okay, Stone, do you have anything to say in rebuttal to anything that Wizard just said?
Yes. One thing that caught my attention is that if Diddy Kong Racing made more games. The thing is, it didn't. We're talking about now. We're not talking about what ifs. There's no what ifs. It's like, oh, what if Mario Kart did all this? No, we're not. We're not doing what ifs. We're doing what is in the present. And I'm not fighting for Mario Kart 64. I'm fighting for Mario Kart in general. So clearly, if we look at both games that are right now, we're not talking about ifs. We're talking about what's here. And what's here is clearly better. Even if it's inspired by Diddy Kong Racing, I think it's better. Especially Mario Kart Wii. Mario Kart Wii is the best Mario Kart, and no one can say otherwise. It had the best mechanics of the time, really. Especially Funky Kong. Everyone loved Funky Kong. And all the characters in it, and all the bikes and all that stuff. There's and like you said, you can use different vehicles at different courses. You can do that in Mario Kart now, which probably took, I don't know, like 10 years to do. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, it did, but it does has more than Diddy Kong. It has way more than Diddy Kong Racing. Even if Rare made a Diddy Kong Racing 2, then yeah, it would obviously be better. But it's just the first game. We're just talking about the first game here compared to Mario Kart as a whole. So clearly, if there's more games and there's more content with Mario Kart than Diddy Kong Racing, what I consider Mario Kart to be better because there's way more to play. When you're done with Diddy Kong Racing, that's it. I mean, you just have a memory, like some few music tracks you can listen to. But with Mario Kart, you have way more to go through. If we were in the alternate timeline where Rare didn't get sold to Microsoft, then I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be fighting for this. I wouldn't be. But if we were talking about the console, I still think Mario 64 is better. Mario Kart 64, I mean, I think it just has more. But sometimes more is less. And it does have less things in it than Diddy Kong Racing, but it's I think it controls better too. It's better either way. But if we were talking about the first Mario Kart, then yeah, you would obviously win. But we're not. We're talking about what we have, not what if. So.
All right. Wizard, do you have anything to say?
I just think we need to not get confused here between, Mario Kart's had more time to get polished, but that doesn't make it good, right? You're still just polishing something that, at the end of the day, you admitted yourself. It's less to it. Mario Kart has 3 different vehicles, all with different physics, much more complex tracks, open world hub. I mean, and yeah, a lot of the mechanics, the newer things like the flying, and these are all inspired by Diddy Kong. Like, just because a game has been going longer doesn't make it better, especially when it's borrowing mechanics from the older game. I think that is actually just a testament to how good Diddy Kong Racing is. The fact that even the modern Mario Kart games are trying to put in the same things that this game had all those years ago, back in the 90s. Play Mario Kart basically just plays it safe, and you're saying, oh, there's more to play through, but it's not really. It's every game is the same thing. It's just some tracks, and you're playing them over and over and over. You're not doing boss battles, you're not doing crazy things. It's not really more at the end of the day. It's just a repeat of the same thing over and over and over. I feel like actually going back and replaying Diddy Kong, learning to speedrun it, there's so much more to actually do doing that than there is trying to just play Mario Kart. Now, yeah, if you just want to be a casual, or you want to get really competitive and get really into Mario Kart, like the newer games, sure, fine. But at the end of the day, we're not talking about what game has, the more popularity, was easier to play. We're talking about what game actually has better mechanics. And, I think you've actually admitted that that's Diddy Kong Racing already. So, yeah. I will take any questions from the audience, and yeah.
All right, jury, do we have any questions? Either for Wise Wizard, representing Diddy Kong, or Stone Free, representing Mario Kart. Muppet says, the most recent Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, half of the tracks were on the Wii U, and over half of the DLC is retro tracks, so Mario Kart 8 Deluxe adds 8 tracks out of 96. Viper asks, how does Wiz explain that Diddy Kong isn't the main character in his own game? Alright, do you have anything to say to that?
I don't know why he thinks that Diddy Kong isn't the main character in the game. He pretty much is on the title screen. He's right in front. He's like the front centerpiece. He's the character that's the most balanced, that most people play the first playthrough. I would argue that he definitely is the main character, but it doesn't really matter. All the characters in the game are relevant, and actually, a lot of these characters were the first sighting of those characters that you saw, and they actually went on, and have their own spin-off games. Really, pretty amazing.
Viper, for some reason, says Timber the Tiger's the main character. I don't know if he's just on drugs or didn't take his medication today, but
yeah, he actually is the main character. It's in this. I think it was in a story, I think, of the manual. of Diddy Kong
Sure,
Racing.
if you
right?
want to think that, if you want to go by some random line in a random manual back in the 90s, you go for it. But I think everyone that's actually
mean-
played the game and has actually seen the game and sees that Diddy's like the front and center on the main screen knows that it's Diddy. So
I mean, it's not
Oh,
called
yeah, I'm just answering.
Timber the Tiger Racing, is it?
I don't think
It
it is.
was in development, but that's the point. So, yeah.
Obi says
I'm not really
Timber
arguing
is
for that,
kind of
but-
lit. Timber is lit. Also says Viper. Diddy isn't the main character. When are we doing Diddy Kong Racing characters tier list, boys? Next tier list Tuesday.
That
be a
will be
quick
so
one.
quick. That would go so quick.
Jamie, I think this is mainly just. I think we already know the answer to this question, but she wants to know if both of you have played both games.
Yes.
Of course. I was literally I literally can speed run, kind of casually speed run Diddy Kong Racing, and of course I played Mario Kart. Who hasn't played Mario Kart? But I know which games I find personally much more enjoyable. Again, no bullshit random shit going on in Diddy Kong, only skill.
The question that I have for the two of you is I would like you guys to kind of touch base on the quote unquote multiplayer on each game, or maybe the lack thereof. I don't know who wants to go first.
I mean, obviously, yeah, I guess that's probably one of the biggest criticisms of DKR is the multiplayer. It wasn't, it was before the times of online, multiplayer. So you could only do it, on the same console split screen. But it was still pretty fun. I definitely played with friends back in the day, and it's pretty fun to do the multiplayer. If you got enough people to do it with, it was pretty like for what it was at the time. It was pretty good. If they remade the game, and I think it did have a DS version, right? Which I don't know if it had multiplayer, but I'm sure that was probably a bit more polished, and I'm pretty sure it'd be really fun actually if you could get enough people together. But yeah, if they did have a modern day, I mean, it'd be amazing, right? But for what it was, I would say it's just as good as the Mario Kart multiplayer. Like you had to do the same thing on the Mario Kart. They didn't have online multiplayer on that back in N64 days either. So I played both, and I would say that I'd say they were both good, but it was pretty good for what it was back in the day. Like you know.
Stone, do you have anything to say about multiplayer?
Yes. Even with no online multiplayer, Mario Kart still had more. 64 and SNES both had 4 playable characters. You could play 4 of them.
Well, the SNES
you
only
have
had
2, you have
2.
4.
Just to correct you, the SNES
really?
only had 2. Yes.
Okay, 64 had 4. Okay, there you go. They're both on the same system. You have more characters to play as Mario Kart 64. And I mean the mini games in Diddy Kong Racing. I mean, they're all right, but it ain't no balloon battle. It ain't no balloon battle, but there was a balloon battle version in Diddy Kong Racing. Which is required in the story, which I don't like. You're making me play mini games for the story, which I think mini games should be a side thing in racing games. At least it shouldn't be in the story. But
Oh no, the mini games are really fun in Diddy Kong, and there was, how many mini games were in N64? What, like the 2 of them? Like, the Mario Kart version, but it was 4 mini games in, 4 different mini games in Diddy Kong Racing. So actually more variety, and there was also multiplayer co-op in Diddy Kong Racing. A lot of people don't know about this, but you actually can do a co-op multiplayer campaign in DKR, which is crazy. How innovative is that for the time? So just compare that to like you're trying to act like like Mario Kart 64 had more things. No, it had way less. Way less.
But like I said before, sometimes less is more. You don't need a bunch of this stuff to have a good time. You don't need a bunch of this innovative, cool things to have a good time. Like it's like let me give you an example here. It's like what's a simple like I'm trying to think of a simple game here that everyone loves playing. Like Sorry, that board game you just flip a card and do a thing. It's sure it's boring, but like you're having fun anyway. Like you don't know what's gonna happen. You know who's gonna win. It doesn't matter how much you have. It's what you do with the game. You don't need like a bunch of like innovative stuff, right? If the game is there and it's fun and you can have a good time with your friends or by yourself, and that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what Diddy Kong Racing did. It matters what you do with the game. And if I can't play the game without like getting super mad over like one of the courses or the bosses, then I'm not having a good time. I mean, yeah, you can get mad when you fall down a pit in Mario Kart, but like it's not that like punishing. You lose like a few seconds, you can get back up there again. But when you losing the boss, you got to do the whole thing over again. Or what? Something like that. You know, you gotta do it all over again.
Again, there is. I'm sorry, there is no amount of rage that you can get from playing. And I'm sorry, a bit of a skill issue if you're getting stuck for that long. But there's no amount of rage that that can compare to getting hit by a blue shell and going from first to 12th. When you actually outplayed everyone the whole game and just get fucked by some random RNG bullshit. Nothing in Diddy Kong can compare to that. And yeah, I mean, yeah, you're literally comparing your own thing that you're supposed to be arguing for to a boring board game right now. I think
Well,
it's over.
It's boring because there's not much to work with. But my point is, as long as you have fun, it doesn't matter. And if I can't have fun with Diddy Kong Racing, then why is it better? You got to have fun with what you're playing with. It doesn't matter if it's like a lot of like better. It's like you got to there's more here, and you can do this. There's something here you got to do, and then there's other stuff you can do. But in Mario Kart, you either race, you battle, or you time trial. And it's simple. You don't need all this stuff. Like, I mean, sure, it is cool. Like, oh, wow, I didn't know they can do that. But I mean, it's good old reliable Mario Kart. Like you can't say it's bad. You can't just go and say, oh, the Mario Kart, that's boring. I'm gonna play my complex Diddy Kong Racing with the innovative flying planes.
Yeah, I mean, I think
It's
basically what you're describing is a mid game. Basically, like, yeah.
no,
And we're not
no,
arguing
no.
about which game is more easy to pick up and play. We're arguing about the better
I'm
game.
I'm
And
not
you're
I'm
pretty
not
much
saying I'm
admitting
not
Mario Kart is mid.
I am saying that you do not need a bunch of crap to have fun. It can be simple. So for some people, Mario Kart's hard, but it's still fun at the end of the day. Why do you think it's popular? It's fun. People enjoy it. It's sure there might be bad memories of getting hit by a blue shell, but everyone remembers it as oh good old Mario Kart, one of the most reliable racing games out there. Anyone can pick up, play, and have fun. That's the whole point of video games is to have fun. It's not about to like just be skilled. Not everyone wants to be skillful at games, but Mario Kart you don't need to be skillful. You can be either competitive, you can speedrun. I've seen people speedrun Mario Kart 2. So there's that, or you can just be casual with it. There's more to do with it. Diddy Kong Racing, like you said, there's not random bullshit. It's not you don't know what the hell's going on in Mario Kart, but with Diddy Kong Racing, it's just like it's a skill, like you said, and you
Yeah,
don't need skill to have a good game.
I'm not. I feel like if we've already covered these points, so I'm probably just not like I'll do a little recap as my final ending
Okay,
statement.
so does anyone from the jury have anything else that they would like to ask these two before we move on? Also, welcome in. We got a celebrity that just came in. Make room, front row seat for Mr. Blueberry Chan over here in the courtroom, guys. Please, security, escort Mr. Blue here very delicately to the front row, please. Front row seat over here. But yeah, jury, chat, anyone have any last questions for these two individuals? If not, I'm going to let them wrap up, and then I'll put the poll to the vote to see who won. Okay, doesn't seem like anyone has any additional questions for anybody here. Oh, wait, Blue might have a question here. Actually, maybe we've got a couple questions coming in here. Stone, this one's for you. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
Nelly feathers.
Nelly feathers. And Piffin asks if Mario Kart is mid and it's based on Diddy Kong Racing ... I don't know if that's more a question but a statement, but would anyone
It's
like...
not based on
Ooh.
Diddy Kong Racing. It
Okay,
borrows
no,
aspects from
you
Diddy
said some
Kong
of the
Racing.
aspects. It's inspired by it, and you're calling Mario Kart mid,
No,
even though it was
borrows
inspired
aspects.
by Diddy Kong
Completely
Racing.
different game.
But still, like,
It doesn't borrow all the aspects. If it borrowed all the aspects, it would be Diddy Kong Racing, and that would be good.
well, exactly. It said it was inspired by some, right? And why
Yes.
would it be mid?
Unfortunately,
If it
not
was
all.
Exactly. Muppet has a good point.
Muppet says DKR is based on
Fake-
Mario Kart. I know this is like alternate reality and like hypothetical situations, but in the event that I don't know who really this question is more so geared towards, but in the event that Diddy Kong Racing kept going and had sequels, do you think it would have tainted the franchise and made it better? Or what I'm trying to say is it good that it only has one game, or is it bad that it only has one game? I'd like maybe Wizard to maybe answer that.
Rare actually did have a second game in planning, and it was going to be called Donkey Kong Racing, and they actually had it, and it was going to be like a sequel, and it was pretty much expected to be a fantastic game. Unfortunately, that was before the acquisition of Rare to Microsoft. Microsoft came in and fucked things up, but I'm sure it would have been an amazing game. I think we got robbed by Microsoft. The fact that we didn't get any more Rare games, so Diddy Kong, so. It's really unfortunate, but I actually have no doubt at all that if it had been allowed to keep going, not only would it have been the superior franchise, I think it would have just blown Mario Kart out of the water. But we'll never know, unfortunately. Thank you, Microsoft.
Blueberry asks, do the characters' recognizability play a factor in the enjoyment? Stone, you want to maybe take that?
Okay. Yes. I mean, I suppose it depends, right? If you want like a character that you can pick, like at least you can go to Mario Kart. It's that the character's there and all that, but if you want more like, oh, I didn't know that, obscure, you go to Diddy Kong Racing, but there's not much really characters that, moved on from that. You got their own game, sure, but like that's it.
Wizard, I kind of want to follow up maybe with the same question to you. I know you're not the biggest Donkey/Diddy fan, especially when it comes to like the 2D games that they originally came from. So the question is kind of continued to you. I know you're not like a Donkey/Diddy fan, so do the characters play a factor in whether or not you're enjoying the game?
Oh, I think they play a minor factor, but like not really. Like, I think the as long as the characters are interesting, that's what matters. And I think it's undeniable that the characters in Diddy Kong Racing are really interesting. I mean, like, I'd definitely argue more interesting than Mario characters. I mean, what you got like most of the Mario characters are just reskinned Mario. So it's like it's not that exciting, right? It's like whereas like you've got all the different cast of characters is much more, I would say, diverse in a DKR. And yeah, if you are looking, if you are that person that likes some recognizability, come on now. It's not like Muppet Racing or something. I don't want to get Muppet against me, actually. But it's not like that's a bad example because Muppets are recognizable, but it's not like some random racing game with like just blank. It's not like you just blank character 1, 2, 3. It's flipping Diddy Kong. It's flipping Conkers. These people all have, and these characters have their own spin-off games. Banjo from Banjo-Kazooie. I mean, come on. It's not like we're talking about unrecognizable characters here. Some of these characters are literally some of the most recognizable and legendary characters in all of Nintendo. So, I don't think it's really. I don't think it does matter, but if that's what you're looking for, you certainly got it there.
Stone, I know you're a big Banjo fan. What do you have to say about Banjo being in DKR?
Well, first off, being the Banjo fan I am, you're right. I think they had the concept for a Banjo game like while they were developing DKR. So I wouldn't say that Banjo was from Diddy Kong Racing. He just appeared first in Diddy Kong Racing. So I'd say it
Was
for a
that-
technicality.
Was that Banjo's first appearance ever?
Yes, it was.
Okay,
Yes.
so that's a little
In
bit of
Diddy
a
Kong Racing.
counter argument to Wizard saying he was a recognizable character. So I guess Banjo got
Exactly.
spinned off from being in Diddy Kong Racing then.
Well, he exactly was so beloved in Diddy Kong Racing, and got his own spin-off.
What about Tip Top? Tip Top's also in Banjo. Other
I
than
mean,
that,
yeah,
it's
not
just
all of them
Conker.
got their own spin-off. I mean, again, maybe they would have if Rare hadn't been bought out. But yeah, I mean, like,
Really,
I'm just saying, if you are looking
play.
for some recognizability in the game, it is there.
There's more recognizability in Mario Kart because there are more characters. See, look, Muppet has a good point. A good chunk of the Mario Kart characters are just clone characters. But wait a minute. I got cloned. Okay, but what I mean is that there are more. How is that Muppet? Okay, I misread it. Okay, I thought you were talking. Oh no. Okay, what I was trying to say is that
For the
There
YouTube show that doesn't have context because they can't see the Twitch chat on screen, Muppet said a good chunk of the Mario Kart characters are just clone characters: Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, Baby Peach, Baby Daisy, Baby Rosalina, Cat Peach, Tanuki Mario, Metal Mario, and so on and so on. For reference.
Well,
Exactly.
well, yeah, but I mean, what else are you gonna put in there, right? You might as
You
well have
know, I don't
variety
know,
with
new,
your characters.
innovative, and interesting characters that are good enough to get their own spin-off games, maybe.
We have someone
Well,
yelling
yeah.
in the background that they refuse to play Diddy Kong Racing until Fuckers Kong is added. Wizard, this might be directed at you. Do you have anything to say to that?
I mean, blame Microsoft for acquiring Rare and then not doing anything with their games, man. Like, I hope that, you know, if some crazy miracle happens and we do get a new DKR, they add Fuckers Kong. I'm sure that they will. I'm sure that they would.
Fuckers Kong DLC 2025, boys. Camelot, welcome in. Great to see ya. Okay. I think that's enough facts on each side. If you each want to maybe just kind of wrap up your presentations or your arguments, maybe just bulletproof points about why you think your game is better and why the other one is not. And we'll put this to a vote, ladies and gentlemen. So, Stone, you want to go first?
Yeah. So overall, I think Diddy Kong Racing is a good game, but it's not better than Mario Kart. Sure, we have what ifs if Microsoft didn't buy Rare, but for what it is right now, it had good concepts, but a good concept doesn't make a good game. There's just so many things wrong with it they could have done better, and I think Mario Kart took the more simpler route where everyone can have fun. You don't need a bunch of secrets and all this bullshit in the game to have a racing game. It's a racing game. You race. You have fun. That's the whole point. It doesn't matter. You just gotta have fun with your friends. You don't need to have fun by yourself. So Mario Kart is way better for having more inclusivity and just more fun and more of a better community. There's a whole community and a whole like meta about Mario Kart, and everyone's just playing together. And I don't see much about Diddy Kong Racing, so I don't know what that tells me about you. But I think Mario Kart's way more fun because everyone else seems to enjoy it.
All right. Closing statements from you, Mr. Wizard?
Yeah, I mean, again, you know, just because it's more popular does not mean it's better. We're actually talking about what the better game is. Diddy Kong Racing is way more innovative than Mario Kart. It has way better content, more variety, much like deeper and more complex mechanics with the 3 vehicles, boss battles, open world hub, co-op, multiple different mini games. And it's actually more skill based. You don't get fucked by RNG all the time. So the RNG kind of takes a lot of that like fun, skill-based, stuff out of Mario Kart, unfortunately. And yeah, I mean, like literally the fact that Mario Kart was borrowing things from DK, this ain't, even to today, I think is a testament just how legendary and ahead of its time it was, and it is just the better game.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard the arguments. Now, let's let you guys decide who did it better. We're going to put up a Twitch poll for a few minutes and let you guys get your vote on. And while the poll is in session, we're going to cut to commercial. Hey guys, are you sick in the head like me? Have you lost your marbles? It's the time of the year, right? Man, I sure am sick. I wish something could fix my stupidity. I really wish something could fix my forgetfulness and my old age and... Oh shit! Wow! Vitamin C! Holy shit! Wow! No way! You know what, boys and girls? One pop of vitamin C will cure everything! Absolutely fucking everything! Are you old? Take vitamin C. Are you young? Take vitamin C. Are you ManBurning? Take vitamin C. Are you dinkum? Take vitamin C. Do you got the sniffles? Take vitamin Snee. Snee? I don't know what vitamin Snee is, but I do know what vitamin C is. Vitamin C is the coolest, most interactive, lovely, yummy, delicious item that'll cure everything! Holy shit, I'm not stupid anymore! Wow! I'm ManBurning and I'm as smart as an edge. As smart as an edge. Brought to you by Vitamin C. Back to the show! Go back to the judge scene. Like the Vitamin C did not cure me. I've only gotten stupider. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the jury has spoken with a vote from 12 to 9. The jury has favored Stone Free as the winner. And as Wise Wizard's punishment, he must play Mario Kart for all of eternity. Case dismissed.